Miho Child's fingers danced over the tablets that connected him to an array of security cameras. His gaze locked onto the grainy footage being fed back from another part of the Capitol building. The stream showed a team of American operatives moving through the corridors, their tactical gear barely visible against the shadows. Suddenly, the corners of Miho's lips curled upwards onto a smirk as figures emerged from the darkness. A silent ambush unfolding like a well-rehearsed play. Exactly as predicted, Miho uttered to the humming machines around him, the only witnesses to his imminent triumph. His heart raced not from fear but exhilaration. They had wandered into his trap like lambs. Miho's operators closed in, their weapons raised with lethal intent. The dance of death played out on the stream, and Miho watched with rapt attention, savoring every detail. Its trapping wraps around the satisfying. He mused aloud, though the question was rhetorical. He already knew the answer, felt the rush of power surge through him as the Americans were ensnared within his web. As the confrontation intensified on stream, Miho leaned back into the plush leather chair that served as his command throne, allowing himself a rare moment of reflection. This wasn't just another operation, it was the fulfillment of the destiny decades in the making. Father, he whispered, the word of sacred mantra. We are moments away from delivering the message. His father, who had instilled in him the flames of vintage and the burden of purpose, was a silent shadow that had guided him to this very room. America will feel the sting of humility today. Miho continued his thoughts, spinning with fervor. To bring a giant to his knees, there is no greater statement for our country or for our people. The bomb hidden within the very heart of democracy will be his magnus opus, his gift to a word he believed needed to be shaken from its competency. Today I am the hand of justice, he declared, his voice steady, his conviction unshakable. The rotting tree that is thus corrupt nation will fall from its ashes. New growth will emerge, his eyes dark orbs reflecting the chaos he was about to unleash. Never left the stream as he watched the Americans operatives struggle against his men. They fought vigilantly. He give them that, but it was all in vain. The stage was set, the actors in place. The final act was about to begin. Then slowly Miho's child smirk faltered. The lines of his face hardened as he witnessed one of the operatives, against all odds, begin to dismantle the trap set for him. On the grainy camera feed, a spectacle unfolding until Miho had not anticipated. The soldier, his name was Patriot Force, and he had been a thorn in Miho's side every step of the way. Moved with a lethal grace, parrying blows and disarming assailants with a precision that betrayed years of training and an unyielding will to survive. Impossible, Miho muttered under his breath, the room around him fading into nothingness as he fixated on the string. The other operatives were well trained, ruthless even, but here was Zag outnumbered, outgunned, but not outmatched. The air was tense, electric, with unspoken curses, as each fallen operative only seemed to bolster Zag's momentum. Miho's fingers twitched, itching to intervene, but he remained rooted, watching the drama unfold. He couldn't afford to look away, not when so much was at stake. Keep moving, he will, silently. I trained on Zach's relentless advance through the hollow halls. Miho's purse quickened, not with fear, but with the thrill of the chase. The Capitol building was its deliberate and corridors and grandiose rooms now serve as a stage for their deadly dance. Your bravery is commendable, Zach Force. Miho spoke to the empty room, his voice cool and detached. But it changes nothing. Miho watched his chin resting in his palm as the Americans edged nearer to the bomb's location, searched the shame. Really, Miho mused, his thoughts weaving into scenarios and contingency to destroy such talent. But it is necessary, for the greater good. Miho decided he had waited long enough. His fingers danced across the console, aiming at the device that would be his opus. The stream before him split between the camera feed and the bomb's activation sequence, a digital countdown ticking away with grim inevitability. Engage them now, Miho said into his earpiece, his voice a low rumble of thunder, and make it spectacle. His agents sprang into action like hounds released from their chains. The cacophony of gunfire erupted within the hollow halls. Set forth the sensation. American agent was cornered, but fought like a wild beast pushed to the edge of its territory. With the melee providing a perfect diversion, Miho rose with his chair, the fabric of darkness enshrouding him as he slipped out into the corridors. He moved with the grace of a raft, threading his way through the building. Agent Force may have courage, he thought, but bravery is no match for destiny. Miho's heart thrummed with the thrill of the hunt and the pride of the hunter. This was more than retribution. This was the rewriting of history, the pen poised to strike through centuries of lies and deception. Like a surgeon exciting a tumor, like a surgeon inciting a tumor, he mused, a necessary cut to heal the body. As he moved through the shadowy corridors, Miho's mind drifted to the past, to the catalyst that had set him on this path. He remembered the day clearly, the acrid smell of smoke, the wail of sirens, and the devastating news that had changed everything. His family caught in the crossfire of an American military operation gone wrong in his home country. They had been innocent civilians, collateral damage in a war they never asked to be part of. The official statement called it a regrettable incident, but for Miho, it was the day his world shattered. The loss of his parents and the younger sister had left a void that slowly filled with anger, resentment, and the burning desire for justice. It wasn't just about vengeance anymore. It was about preventing other families from suffering the same fate. In his mind, dismantling the very system that had robbed him of everything was the only way to ensure it never happened again. Shaking off the memories, Miho refocused on the task at hand. The corridors whispered secrets of power and conspiracy as he navigated them. Every shadow a potential ally, each flicker of light a deceptive foe. Impossible, he assured himself, the mantra of shield against doubt. They will not disarm it. They cannot. For Miho had controlled the puzzle route in enigma, shielded by riddles. His bomb was not merely the device of destruction. It was the impenetrable fortress of complexity designed to withstand the most cunning of assaults. He had studied, leaned, and improved from the last time, creating something far superior, unassailable. Let them try, he whispered as he surged forward. Let them throw themselves against the walls of my creation. In his mind's eyes, he saw the intricate wiring, the layers of safeguards, each one a testament to his genius. It was, he knew, his masterpiece, the culmination of his life's work and his contribution to the world stage. His mind brushed against the cold marble wall, feeling the pulse of the nation that housed a surge of exhilaration coursed through him. He was moments away from triumph, the herald of a new dawn. His history will remember, Miho declared within the confines of his thoughts, not as a villain, but as a harbinger of true change. Just then he heard the rapid approach of footsteps. He pressed himself into a alcove, shoutedly embraced, gun drawn, breath held in silence, anticipation. The footsteps grew louder, boots striking marble with the authority of a man on a mission. Move, he mentally urged the unseen interloper, willing the echo to fade into nothingness. His fingers tightened around the gun's grip. Its cold metal, sharp contrast to the warmth seeping from his palm. Finally, silence reclaimed his dominion over the hallway. Miho counted 3 heartbeats, then 3 more, before daring to emerge from his contemporary sanctuary. He moved with the fluid grace of a spectre, his steps light, almost eternal against the stone floor. But as he rounded the corner, the shadows coalesced into a shadow form as that Force stepped out, a gun aimed squarely at Miho's chest. "Where is it?" That demanded, his voice, a razor-edged whisper that cut through the silence. Miho met his gaze, and sculptable mask concealing the maelstrom within. "Where is what?" "Agent Force," he replied, his tone dripping with form innocent. Zack shot him, no surprise at the mention of his name. "The bomb, what's the bomb?" "All that," Miho said, tilting his head ever so slightly. "I'm afraid that information is not for the likes of you." "Cut the crap," Zack snapped. "People would die." "Die," Miho echoed, his lips curling into a bitter smile. "It is often said, to make an omelet, one must break a few eggs. America is corrupt. Agent Force, a bloated carcass, right with descendants of greed. It needs to be brought down like a rotten tree to make room for the new growth." So that's so Zack face hard. "And you think you're the lumberjack?" "History is replete with men who had failed empires," Miho retorted. "I am merely a humble garden, pruning away disease to let the healthy plants thrive. Pruning with explosive isn't gardening, it's madness." Zack counted his fingers steady on the trigger. "You can end this now. What's the bomb?" "Madness," Miho laughed. "Though there was no human in it, no Agent Force, this is but the inevitable consequence of your country's arrogance. You see, the roots of a great nation run deep, yet they are not immune to rot. And when the foundation is infested, the tree must fall. That is the natural order of things. Natural order or not, I can't let you do this, Zack's eyes. Now his resolve clear. "Of course you can't, Miho." Acknowledged with a nod, his mind spinning with each possible outcome. But ask yourself, Agent Force, are you truly capable of stopping the inedible? They stared at one another, either backing down. If they stayed here much longer, it wouldn't matter what neither of them wanted. The bomb would decide it for them. Put the gun down, Zach said. Miho's fingers curled tighter around his pistol. The contours so familiar that they might have been an extension of his own flesh. His gaze locked onto Zach's mirror convention, and in that instant, Miho saw the embodiment of everything he sought to obliterate. Your cause is over, Zach continued, his tone steady through the faint lines of strain around his eyes betrayed the weight of the day. This ends now. Put your weapon down and tell me where the bomb is. Miho's lips twisted into a weary smile. Here stood a man who believed in salvation, and saying the world would from the very fires Miho yearned to unleash. It would be admirable if it weren't so tragically misguided. Agent Force, Miho began, his voice calm despite the adrenaline that thrummed through his veins. You stand for a nation that spreads its roots like a plague. My life, my death, they are but water and sunlight to the new seeds that will sprout from the ashes of your decay. His finger flinched towards the trigger. To die here now would be to seal his commitment, to etch his belief into history with the finality of blood. This was his stage, his performance, his sacrifice. Damn it, Zach Force was edged with frustration. The agent's cascade cracking to reveal the human beneath. Don't make me do this. Where's the bomb? But Miho knew better than to betray his masterpiece. His magnum opus was seen as destructive aright without the disruptive. He took a slow, deliberate breath, savoring the taste of power. That corruption must be purged, he whispered, almost to himself, as if reciting a prayer to the gods of chaos he served. And then, with the serenity of martyrs embracing the peril, Miho Child raised his weapon.